What's up, my amazing cucumbers? It's your girl Forbidden Words ASMR here. This is part 2 of the Sadistic Witch, so I hope you all enjoy it. A big shout out to my tier supporters, Patrick and Illusion-Sensei. Thank you so much for all your support, and yeah, it really means a lot. If you guys want to be a part of the tier system, go to the community tab and you can see it there. You can donate through Streamlabs OBS. Just make sure to include your Discord, etc. All the details are there, and we're trying to get more people so we can kind of branch out and hold some events. So yeah. Other than that, though, I hope you enjoy this audio. And yeah, I worked pretty hard on it. So have a good day, guys. My amazing cucumbers. Hello, darling. You're finally waking up. No, don't move. Give me a hand. Hello, darling. You have to listen to me. Give me your hand. Good boy. Other. It is not too tight, it's just the perfect amount of tightness. Now give me your hand. You can play one more time. I'll make it even tighter. Do you understand me? No struggling. So, as you can see, we're in a different location than we were last time. Something a little bit more out there. I'm joking. This is my cabin. This is where I live. You must remember me telling you before the thing kicked in. Well, I had to drug you somehow. The rose petals are finally dried up, which means they're ready for use. Well, what am I to say? You are mine, darling. Right here. I told you, every day we need to recite this as I slowly pull our strings together, intertwining our hearts. You are mine, you know that, right? Don't be so absurd. You're not getting out of here. I already told you this. Today is a very special day. Well, you slept out quite a lot, so we actually did miss a few days on the spell. Which also means you missed a special day of love, which is very, very upsetting for me. Don't worry. I have some plans for later on for us. Well, if you promise to behave, darling, I'll make it worth your while. What is there to say? My spells are usually concrete. I've already told you I've been alive many years to practice them except this one spell. So in a way, you're helping me fulfill my agreement. Oh. I didn't tell you about that. A long time ago, I had a daughter, is the best way to put it. She was a beautiful little girl. Now, as I said, I've never been in love. It kinda just happened due to a spell that I casted. We aren't going to get into the details. She was everything to me before the human stripped her away. She found me, the only home she ever knew. See, out of all the spells and my whole book. This is the one she wrote and written up. Before she was taken away, she made me promise, deeply promise to her, that I would fulfill the spell one day to find my happiness rather than be so upset or miserable. In life, it takes a great responsibility to understand when you're wrong, or to understand when you need help, or when you need something more than sadness or loneliness. See, there's many things that you can debate on, but this is somehow one of those things I never wanted to let go of. She's the only person that ever made me tongue-tied. Well, till now. I get a little bit muddled up when I speak to you. I suppose it's because I've never really had a full conversation with another human. Well, I did tell you there's a lot more in this world than just witches. There's monsters. So she wasn't exactly human, to say the least. After she left and they took her and dragged her away, well, she turned into her true form. They thought I had kidnapped her, taken her, something like that bullshit. But I didn't. I loved her. I treated her with kindness. I gave her a home. They chained me. They wouldn't let me go, as I begged them to stop they were doing. She was scared. She didn't know what to do. And her line of work, who she was as a person, is very complicated. She was scared to love. But she always wanted it. The books that she read were her life. It made her happy to know that there was an option for, even though she was a creature of strange beauty, that someone might come along and finally love her. They ripped her head off when she attacked the village. It's actually now a fairy tale there. I could never bring up the heart to leave this place. She was scared, and those monsters ripped her apart. Well, there's a lot you don't know about me, and a lot I don't know about you. It does take time, but we only have time. Time is an endless river, and one day when that river ends, hopefully it won't, but when it does, there won't be much left. I hope that I can continue to make that little girl happy, even in death. It doesn't work like that. Only because I'm a witch doesn't mean I can bring anything back. I don't tamper with that side of things. Well, they never come back all in either one piece or a normal state of mind. They come back more decayed than they were before. Their minds rotten, faded. They're not who they were before. Instead, they're only the monster. So, I could never have done that. Well, by bringing someone back from the dead, you destroy their soul. You also destroy their will to be able to live. Well, you wouldn't be so stupid now, would you? This isn't a walk in the park. You don't recite a few lines and hope that everything goes well. There's so much you don't know yet to discover, yet you have to understand that it's not easy, it's not rocket science, but... So you've heard the story then? They're still hunters. that look for me to this day. I got out of there, frankly. But the higher families of hunters never stopped. Some people called her a vampire. Well, that's the term that people came up with now, because of what she was. It's weird to think, but she was never cruel. She never wanted to hurt anyone. She just wanted to be loved. I like to think that when she was here on this earth with me, that she felt loved. I've never really cared much about anyone, because in this world you can only care about yourself, but that was probably the only time I felt like a mother to something greater than myself. It only sadly lasted 200 years. It might seem like a lot of time, but it's not. There's only so much you can do with time. Most of the time you feel like when you're in love with someone, there isn't much you can do. You fulfill everything, the intimacy, the romantic dates, the love. When you've already fulfilled all of that, when you've rushed through it as a human, you forget that sometimes it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long you wait. It doesn't matter how many times you repeat the same day over and over again. Time is fleeting. And it is upsetting. Because when it's over, it's over. When you're both lying together realizing that that's how you spent your life. And one of yous are dying. Going to somewhere where you cannot come back. So darling, when I tell you that time is fleeting, you will come to understand. I mean, I did tell you I was going to make you immortal, didn't I? In due time, not right now. That is a little bit more complicated than you'd like to think. There was a lot of things I learned from that little girl. She wasn't technically little, she was actually a lot older than me, but she was turned at a very young age. She was 9. She trusted a bad man in the forest, is the best way to put it. I shouldn't delve deep into the situation. She didn't get the courage, though, to tell me herself. Well, for trustworthy reasons, like I've already done with you, I do have a spell right about here to mind read, to see everyone's past and their future. Well, future is a little bit hazy. It's not 100%, there's many outcomes depending on how you want to play it. But the past is the most out there. How are you feeling? Well, I better take this blindfold off of you. I've actually forgot that you had it on. Well, yes, I realise I got a little bit carried away with the story. There we go. Now you can finally see the cabin. Sorry about that. I forgot. I had to cover you when we were in the woods. Well, first off, I didn't want you to get scared. Then again, you were asleep. But third off, I couldn't take any chances. If the hunters find out where I am, I'll have to resort to plan C, which is the plan I really dread. And if I have to go to that plan, I risk losing you as well. And that would be such a pity, having to watch you die like the rest. Time is very fleeting. In life, you just got to love someone or take a leap of faith. Even though most love ends for humans, monsters, on the other hand, are different. We don't care, we have all the time in the world. If it ends, it ends, but we'd make it special. We don't overthink it. We just keep going for it. Humans don't live that way because you only live to roughly the age of 50, depending on how you live your life, but it is very disappointing, you're right. Love doesn't last forever. I know that now. Nothing does. And that's probably the most upsetting thing I could ever thought of. But that's the way it is. You can't force the pain to disappear. Instead, you have to nurture it. Now, how about we get started? I made you something very special today. It smells amazing. Smell it. It's this strawberry sleep tea. I want you to drink it slowly for me. Do you think you can do that? Good. Drink up then. Darling. Who's a good boy then? I'm surprised you're very obedient these days. How does it taste? A little strange, okay. That means I got it right then. It's actually very good. It's probably one of my favorite teas. Well, not this specific one. I had to add something into this for the spell to work. I didn't write the spell. Believe it or not, I actually got the idea from her. She helped me write it. She said that true love is supposed to be strange and endless. Hence the ingredient she wanted me to add to the tea. I actually don't know what it was. She just gave me it in a vial and said, when I find the right person, I will use it to my advantage. If she never let a guard down, she would have been fine. But she couldn't fight back. That's a little hard when you're being restrained, especially by hunters. They're not some sort of a play-around people, you know. They actually know what they're doing. Hunters are very skilled in combat, and they've been trained basically their whole life to kill monsters in a way. It's just disappointing. After all these years, they still can't get over their grudge against us. Because we're more powerful, we hold a threat to them and their kind and who they are as a person. Well, by the end of today, you're going to have to finish every single drop of this tea. So I suggest you get used to it. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I'd love to know more. Well, if I'm to be in love with you, then tell me. Who are you really as a person? Then again, I already know everything about you. I read your mind way before you came here. I had to make sure you were 100% worthy. I mean, I know why you came looking for me. I'm not some sort of a idiotic witch, you know, darling. It takes time to fully read the human mind. And I read yours very, very instantly. Have you not figured that out yet? I know that you're a hunter. You didn't believe me, did you? Did you think I was some crazy old hag that lived in the woods? Or was it that you're not a professional hunter, you're in training? I mean, yes, I already know. Hunters do live normally longer and live much of a younger life than normal humans. I know, because that is an ability you obtain for your generations and bloodline. But you would never have had that if it wasn't for the witches. I bet you didn't know that, did you? Well, we cast a spell a long time ago, but your kind wanted to betray us. They couldn't stand it. My hand. Oh, I cut a little too deep. I feel you might forget. The spell only works with the withdrawal of my pain and my blood. In love, you have to be willing to give. It's not about receiving or gifts or any of that. That is not what love is. I give my pain and my blood, which is very special, by the way. They pay handsomely in the dark market for something that they think is witch's blood. People are very superstitious around that type of thing. But it's not wrong, it's very true. But I do love the feeling of silk. It just feels amazing against my fingertips. So soft and sensitive. Well, it makes the pain go away, so why not, darling? Anyways. Are you ready to get started? Actually, no, I was in the middle of asking you a question. So, yeah, I already know that you're a hunter, darling. But I am very curious to know why you didn't tell me sooner. Did you think I would kill you? Come on. That's very sad of you. I'm not here to kill you. If I would have done so already, but I could never pick a basic human to do my bidding, or to be my love. I'm not going to force you. This spell won't instantly make you fall in love with me. It's not like that. The spell is created for you to understand your desires. I know that you've been in love with me for a while. Well, we're roughly the same age. I just stay young and you get older. That's how it works. But I've seen you being enchanted with me for years. Do you think that I don't have the knowledge to know when someone's trying to hunt me and failing? I've been hunted by your kind many times. It doesn't mean anything to me. I actually knew your great-grandfather a long time ago. And boy, did he not really like me. Actually, you remind me of him. Only he owned up to his feelings, unlike you, even in death. I took his life. He was the one man that confessed to me. He was in love, enchanted by me. Something a hunter should never do. Yet, they tend to do it often. People want what they can't have. Your great-grandfather was the exact same. He didn't care about the hunting life. He wanted to be happy. And when he saw me, he had been nurtured into the will of the witches and monsters were these ugly creatures and things you needed to be aware of. They never really told people how normal we were, how beautiful we were. When he saw me, he fell. But I already know when a hunter's watching me. I believe you only met him twice in your lifespan. He probably didn't tell you how he died, huh? Well, I had to take care of it. I couldn't allow it to go on any further. He asked me to. He said if I couldn't love him, He didn't want to live anymore. He asked me to be the person to take him out the game. In his words, not mine. Well, you see, if a hunter gets caught being with a creature or having intimate feelings towards one, they get killed. He wanted me to be the one to do it. I granted him his wish. As cruel as I may be, or the stories you may have heard about my kind, I'm not evil. I already knew his path, but he was not my one. Until I found you. You were different. I saw you stalking me many times. You were kind of like him in a lot of ways. I suppose that miniature new gene he's created, passed down. It takes time. This spell would never have worked if you didn't have any sort of feelings towards me. I already know that, because I created it. Which means there's a big possibility that you're the one. And if you are, your life is set. You will be free from being a hunter. You don't need to be sad anymore or in pain anymore. You get to finally be happy. Isn't that what you want? To not be controlled by other hunters, treated indifferent for the way you look, for the way you act. They don't even allow you to be in love with human girls. Oh, boys, whatever your preference is, honestly. But I've been hidden for years. If it wasn't for his love for me, I would be dead right now. Not going to lie, but it's true. And for you as well. Well, after that girl died, I stopped caring. When you long for someone, it's like you're in a hearth. A home that you can never have. A home that you long for, but you can just never reach it. I lost a lot of people in my battles and surviving thousands of years. It's complicated. It isn't easy, it isn't fun, it's hurtful. Time is fleeting, and that's just the way the world works. I'm surprised it's still raining, to be honest with you. I thought that would have stopped by now. Actually, it makes it a little bit easier for me. It will allow me to know whenever the hunters or the village come looking for you. Well, the hunters are very good at getting humans to do their bidding, and they can't be bothered to look for things. But you are very important to them, so I don't doubt that they'll come looking for you eventually. Well, I have to be careful. I doubt they'll find you here. I've already cast a spell that allows me to hide your location, plus the cabin in general, so they'd need to be looking for it to understand. Love is a very hard thing to conquer. Love is also like a cancer. It just keeps spreading and it hurts more and more the more pain someone causes. And then you just feel like you're dead after it's over. Well, what can I say? There isn't much to say except to be happy is to also be miserable. That's a part of life. Well, tell me about yourself. Well, I need to know from you rather than reading your mind. As much as I already know, that isn't how you get to know someone, I believe. You have to wait. The what? Oh, the tattoo in my neck. Well, I believe that's what you humans call it. It's actually a sigil I got a long time ago. Do you believe in reincarnation? I do, actually, a lot. I believe before this life, I was with someone else in the underworld, who, me and them, loved each other dearly, but it came time for reincarnation, where we had to leave each other. It's like death and death. You have to be reborn. I was reborn into this, with powers, which means I couldn't die again and go see him. I was told that he would find me on Earth. I was told that he'd find me here, so I wouldn't have to be alone. He promised. He said, even if we're separated, I will find you again. You might not recognize me and know that it's me, but know that you have to trust that I will love you forever. Frankly, I gave up on it until that little girl came along. She gave me the spell and gave me hope that maybe, just maybe, he might actually be sending me signs. Hence you and why you're here. It'll take a bit of time, but when you're turned, you'll remember everything. Your past lives, everything, which I'm very excited about. Well, because if it's true, then you're him. And it means my war from trying to find you is finally over. I don't have to wait anymore. What does it mean? Give me your hand. I'll draw it for you. You have a line that goes down. Straight down. One straight line. At the top of this line, we have a curvature, like a C, but upside down. Kind of looking like a trident. You do the two arrows on top and shade them in. At the very bottom of the other side, you'll do a curve of an S sideways, going up. Two dots separated about just the perfect amount between each side of the line, and then you have the two C's facing opposite ways, looking like upside down faces. Try and imagine it in your mind, draw it and figure it out. That is the sigil he gave me. It is now my sign of calling. I believe that'll be the one thing that will help me get back home one day, if I decide to leave this earth. Well, killing yourself as a witch isn't exactly in the cards. It's way too complicated. It's not very possible. Well, that's just the way it works. I would need someone of higher, greater power to be able to kill me, and sadly that person died a very, very long time ago. Who killed them? Actually, you are kind of right about that. But that person is incredibly hard to find. I already searched for a very long time. It's not easy to find people that don't want to be found, you know? If someone is hidden, you won't find them unless they want to be found. That's why you can only find people at their weak spots. No, I don't find death to be scary or anything like that. I've surpassed that type of mind. Actually, I'm happy that one day there could be an opportunity for me to leave. I'm just kind of worried now. What if he's been reincarnated into this world as a human and I can't protect him? What if you're not him? I'm taking a guess that you are him, but there's always that opportunity that you're not. Or am I just delusional? Probably a little bit of both. That's just kind of how it has to be there. We're always a little delusional. Can you drink more of this? Well, you have to keep drinking within 5-minute spans. Come on, drink up. You don't want it getting cold now, it will taste horrible. Okay, that's enough. Good boy. Sorry, I had something in my throat. Within the next 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to finish the rest of that and then we can continue the spell. You remember it, right? If not, it's perfectly fine. I can teach it to you again. Take it your memorization skills aren't the best, is it? No, that's perfectly fine. It takes time, energy, love. I'll figure it out. I always do. Darling. What did they teach you about monsters where you're from? That's what I thought. Morely what I said, right? It would make sense. Upsetting, yes, because, well, they're wrong. We're just like them, yet they can't accept that. I don't understand why. I suppose in a way I'm kind of just stalling for time. Surprisingly, I don't want to see you in pain. It's weird. I'm as sadistic as I am. I would love to rip you apart. My own teeth if I could, just to hear you scream. But, I don't think I can listen to you be in pain. I don't know what's come over me, honestly. I seem to be spacing out. But I'm also a little bit worried. I don't know. If you're him, I would never want to hurt you. And I know that by doing this spell it causes you grave pain, and that's a little bit of a problem for me. Girl, I don't want that. Oh, I like the cold. I'm not much for heat. I hate heat. That's why I live in the worst part of the world. Well, yeah, it always rains here. That's the best part about England. You stay away from everyone and you're in isolation far away. It's beautiful here. Hence the outfit, yeah, stop being a little perv. Swear, man. But no, it's just I can't stand heat. If I go over a certain temperature, I will fall apart. So, yeah. Might just be built into my system from watching all my ancestors get burned at the stake. Well, that's a part of life. You watch a lot of people die, a lot of people disappear. It's just the way the world works. There's nothing you can really do about it. I'm not exactly disappointed or upset about it. It's just... I don't know. I just feel sometimes like I'm missing people that should be here. That should be alive, that should be in my arms. Yet I can never seem to grasp them or grab a hold of them to keep them here. I feel like I'm losing or slipping away into a void that I am not allowed to come back from. I look at little things that I kept over the years, and I remember the faces and the people so vividly, and it's weird. People I wish I never lost, but in life you have to make a decision that will better you or better someone else. I made decisions that cost me to lose a lot of people. Even when I look at that doll. I remember people. There was one time I felt like I had a home in the village. People didn't know I was a witch yet, and I went to this bar. It was filled with people, loud noises, people dancing, partying, drinking pints, having a laugh. It was beautiful. People didn't care about anyone else around them. They were having fun. That was the first time I ever experienced that. Can you believe it? Out of all the years I've been alive, that's the first time I've ever experienced true happiness. It's weird. I just never thought that it would be so amazing. Now I feel like I'll never get another day where I'll feel that again. That when I look back on it now, it was like I was home. I was happy. I didn't have to be judged the way I look, for the way I acted. I was free to be myself. I miss that. I miss feeling like I belong somewhere. I just don't understand why it has to be so hard. They will be coming soon eventually to find you. I don't know how long that wall is going to hold up when they're trying to hunt. They can't find this house though, so we will have to leave by the morning. I have a village picked out where we can shop around and get to know each other a lot better if you're interested. I don't really mind, but it would be kind of fun to get out more rather than being so stuck. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. My love, it's time that you drink up. For me, okay? If you do as you're told, I'll reward you. It might taste a little weird, but it will help. Head up, drink for me. Good boy. All done? You're very obedient, aren't you? That makes me very happy. Are you ready? Give me your hand. Well, your scars are already healed. I made sure of that. But I do need to cut again. Give me your hand. Good boy. It's okay. It's okay. Don't look at it. Look into my eyes. Dear Ravel, I'm giving you the opportunity to unravel my bindings on my hand, and you're not going to take it. Damn. No, you have to do it for the spell. It's okay, even though you're in cuffs doesn't mean you can't do it. Don't be so shocked. It's just a hack job. It's the best way you can put it. Put your hand in mine. Good. It's okay. I used a very special knife on me. That's why the bandages are very damp. It's just soaked with blood. It's normal. Over here. Put your hands tilted sideways on this. Good. As I slowly pull the string in, we need to repeat this. If you don't remember, I'll tell you. Are you ready? Well, Don't be afraid. It will allow you to get closer and closer to what it is you need. This is your only way of help, your only way of love. Well, I believe you will be able to do it perfectly. Just take your time. It's okay. It's supposed to hurt. That's what love is, darling. Are you ready? Okay. First line. I call to your heart, my loving request. Come to me now. Know our love is blessed. I call to your heart in this, in free will's power. Come, my love. Come in this very hour. Do you think you get it now? Good. Repeat after me. Are you ready? Good. You know when you repeat this, you're going to be in pain again. And it could cause you to black out, like it did before. I'll try my hardest to take the pain. Okay? The more you clench, it will fade. I promise it will fade. I'd never let anything bad happen to you. I feel like an idiot even saying that. What's even gotten into me? Die, come on. I call to your heart, my loving request. Come to me now. Know our love. Fuck. Know our love is blessed. I call to your heart in free will's power. Come, my love, in this very hour. You weren't joking. You said your head is fucking killing you. Oh my god. I'm a sadist, not a masochist. Sadistic. Wait. Okay, that would probably have been the wrong phrase. Term, I'm so sorry. Oh, god damn it. Whoa. Do you feel okay? Good. As long as you don't feel anything, that's good. The next one's on you. Yeah, I'm just going to stand by it now. I prefer to see you in pain, not me. Okay. Are you ready? We need to recite this about 3 times as I slowly pull the string inwards. This is to 360 something days together of doing this. Do you think you're ready, prepared? Good. Start from the top. Just squeeze tightly, but I'm not taking the pain this time. My head is fucking killing me. I call to your heart, my loving request. Come to me now. Know our love is blessed. I call to your heart in free will's power. Come, my love, in this very hour. Yeah, I frankly prefer this a lot more. Seeing you in pain is a lot more fun. Don't worry, give it a minute. It will die down. When it does, it's my turn to continue this, and then I need to go and handle a few things. Which means you need to be asleep by then. Understand? Good. I'm not babying you. So, you better be a big boy for mother. If you want me to be that. I'm joking, that's weird. Okay. You ready? You stop whining. You'll be fine. Fine. Clench tighter. You'll be fine. I'll hold your hand. It will be okay. It will be alright. Okay? It takes time. Just hold me tightly. You'll be fine. Look, darling. Look at me. It's okay. I'm here. I'm not crying. You just have his eyes, is all. I think I was right. For the first time in a very long time, I think I was actually right about something. It's just your eyes. They're glowing. Do you remember anything yet? Is there anything that's triggered in your mind? Anything at all? Please, tell me. You would tell me, right? Anything at all. Good. I would need to know. Because, well, I don't want you to be afraid or anything. It's all new, it's all sudden, it's different, it's strange, it doesn't make any sense. I already understand all of that. It's important, though, that it's partial that you tell me if you feel anything different, anything strange. Oh, if you need water, there's some right here. Drink up. You okay? Good. Just please, promise me you'll tell me. I need to know. I can't risk it again. You know, after a long time of us doing this, you're going to have memory flashbacks. They'll allow you to see who you were. But when you are fully turned, and I turn you with a different spell, I, as I said, will allow you to choose what monster you want to be. I wouldn't force you to be something you didn't want. But because you are a hunter, you will have free reign on what you want to be. If you were a human, on the other hand, it would have been a different story. Well, it's a little complicated for humans. You really only have two choices. And they all both involve tremendous pain. But, hopefully you're a hunter, so... We need to do this one more time, okay? I call to your heart, my loving request. Come to me now. Know our love is blessed. I call to your heart in free will's power. Come, my love, in this very hour. It's okay, come here. It's okay. You'll be fine, I promise. Don't cry. I know this is really intense pain, even as a witch I could feel it. Does it burn? I assumed so. It tends to burn after a while. What? Please, what? Don't make you do this every day. Now you're begging. You realize I'm not doing this to hurt you. This is my agreement. This was my promise. I can't let you out, even if you do fall in love with me without it. It's important that I get this done. I'm sorry, but begging me, pleading for your life, you're not going to die because of it. You'll feel like it, yes, but you won't die. You'll be fine. But pleading is not going to help you. I don't know if you've realized this yet, but I don't show mercy. I also don't care. I care that you're in pain, sure. Well, only if you're him. If you're not him, then you're nothing to me. In fact, you're most likely a problem rather than a solution, which means I'll have to get rid of you. Well, I can't keep you around if you're not what I want you to be. Well, that's the way life works. You must know that by now, right? Come on. It's not as hard as you want it to be. It's simple. You rehearse the lines, you do it. The more we do it, the quicker this will take. You're lucky I've let it down to 1 day. Once a day, that's all. I've already told you. If you want love, you need to experience pain. Love without pain is nothing but a tragedy. Do you understand that, my darling? Good. 'Cause you're not getting out of this so easily. No way in hell. You'll be obedient, and you will follow my orders. Do you understand? Good. I'm not here for your own personal gain. I'm not here to fuck around. This is crucially important to me. We get this done. Not just for me, but for your sake as well. Don't you want to find a place where you actually belong? Stop allowing everything to turn to dust around you. Well, that happens after a while. How do you feel now? Good. I like knowing that you're a little bit better now. Do you need anything else? Good. Do you think you could handle one more? That's all I'm asking. It will help us move this shit along. If we do one more now, we won't have to do any tomorrow. I promise. I promise. No more tomorrow. But you have to do this now. Well, tomorrow we have a journey, and we have to leave. It's crucial that we do. Well, because if we don't, we risk the factor of them finding us. I have to protect you no matter what, darling. Give me your hand. We're doing one more. You're shaking again. Sorry, I really do find that quite amusing. What am I supposed to say? Oh, what a shame. How terrible. I don't find it terrible you being in pain. I find it quite thrilling, honestly. You ready? Good. I call to your heart. My loving. Hey. You're meant to be repeating with me. Don't worry, you won't feel the pain of this one. The tea that you drank will also put you to sleep. This will make you black out, I promise. Once you've finished it, you will be passed out, I promise. Okay? Good. You ready? Don't worry. Come on, from the top. You'll be fine. When you fall asleep, I'll wrap you up in a blanket and I'll put you to sleep. Well, to bed. One question before you go. Well, go on, ask it. Where's your gear? Your weapons? I'll have to tell you tomorrow. It's probably best that you don't find out right You ready? Well, let's begin. I call to your heart, my loving request. Come to me now. Know our love is blessed. I call to your heart in free will's power. Come, my love, in this very hour. Well, I never break a promise. Sleep well, darling. Here's a blanket. You really do look beautiful when you're passed out like that. I promise I'll protect you. I won't let anything bad happen. Not yet. Not till I get what I want. Then when that's over, you can be free. Good night, my love.